big warm welcome once again and good afternoon if you're joining us in India and good evening, good morning, wherever you're joining us from all across the world. This is the moment that a lot of people were waiting for. If you are an avid table tennis lover, then this is the team that you all look up to. This is the team that inspires you. And they are there on table number one to kickstart their campaign. And up against them is Iran. It's the quarterfinal of the 28th Asian Table Tennis Team Championship Bhubaneswar in the men's category. And as China get ready, I also welcome back to the commentary box my friend and my co-commentator, Sachin Kumar. Sachin, welcome. And on the other side, you can also see an Iranian player who also holds a lot of promise there, Farazi. So a lot to play for, and this is a contest that I've been waiting for.
Yes, I guess certainly it's a contest. In fact, a lot of Indian fans have been waiting for to see their. While India is a favorite team, but world favorite is actually China. No, undoubtedly they're the best, and we are seeing Lin Dong as well as Benjamin Farazi on the screen here. The first match that China is going to play, Iran team has already warmed up, but China, the leaders, the dictators in the area of table tennis. Look at this, the first rally, absolutely flawless. First rally, they are flawless by nature. They're all geared up.
Oh, absolutely. Everyone's really geared up for this. Crowd is also building up here. Everyone wants to see this, and we will now move ahead, of course, with the women's game later in the evening.
And certainly there's going to be a lot more learning for Benjamin Farazi, young player from Iran, making it making his place in the men's team here. What else you can ask for when you're playing up against China, and that was an opening match? What a confidence the kid is getting.
Yes, and it's a contest between two youngsters. Raji is also quite young and also one of the upcoming players in China. He's only 20 years old, Lin Shindong. Last year, he was a part of the team that won the mixed double.
Match between China and Iran.
So it's Lin Shindong to start.
China serve lower.
And you can see that quality. Immediately, it is Lin Shindong forcing the issue, pressing forward, and in the vacant area, hitting it with ease.
Oh, Benjamin could gauge the speed, and he came forward to push Lin Shidong on the forehand side of it. Benjamin to serve, love to.
Well, that's some celebration there. Farazi getting that point, and you could see him pump his fist.
It's absolutely when you're playing against a dominant team. Razi is no less. To the viewers, I must say that in one of the WTT contender, he has already defeated world number one Wang Chu Keen. Could be an aberration there, but that aberration is not a normal when you actually defeat world number one.
Yes, you've got to play extremely well, and it just shows that you have quality. But at the moment, you can just see Lin Shindong in form as always. And just to tell our viewers, Lin Shindong was in fact the world number one table tennis player from February to September this year. It's recently that Wang Chukin has taken that spot from him.
A little bit of an edge here. Farazi 2-4. You could expect a lot of fireworks in this particular match, not just in this match. Pudong has got a very, very powerful, and that was a beautiful slow spinny toss spin. You could see the gap.
Boy,
Absolutely out of reach of Shidong.
I'm really liking this, this kind of spirit that Barazi has come out with. Because, see, when you're up against a formidable force like China, it's very easy to think we don't have a chance here. But if you come in with the positive attitude, who knows? And he has done it before against Wang Chukin, obviously. And that celebration again, putting pressure on Lin Shindong, firing it in towards his body. And Sachin, you seem quite impressed.
Yes, the reason I'm actually surprised is that it was a deep into the back end. The way Shidong had hit that banana there. Lovely to see this youngster who could read the ball beautifully there, giving a good head-to-head start to Iran.
And you would have just noticed one of the drones move across the screen right now. Rashmi, when China are playing and are up against a competitive team like Iran, all eyes are on this table.
What a clean shot by Benjamin Farazi. Look at this. He is kind of jumping around the arena. Look at him. Look at this young kid. Beautiful stroke. Lin Shidong trying to have a power counter spin onto that spin. Farazi leading by 2 points in the game one. It's 7-5. Important moment for Farazi if he could break a couple of points on services of Lin Shidong. Great toss spin into the body. And that tactical games comes into play. For all the viewers and fans, I must say, don't look at the speed, look at the tactics.
Yes, speed is only a part of it, and it was a good effort there by Karaji. He in fact went to the corner. It just shows he's got that athletic ability, and this is the speciality of China, right? Look at that 11 shots, that Stupa statistic coming right there on your screen. Lin Shindong among the long list of superhuman Chinese table tennis players.
Beautiful long shovel service to maintain the attack. Missed out this time. Almost he shot a missile there.
Until that last one, Farazi was quite in that. But China. Until that last one, Farazi was quite in that. But China, through Lin Shindong, just continued to assert that dominance. Now he's moved up to 9.
Oh, it's quite a serve. Quite a serve by Lin Shindong.
What happened there? What did he do differently?
He could see that Benjamin is actually going to turn. He suddenly changed the spin to the forehand. Oh. And lovely to see that China, the way Lin Shidong playing, he went for the chop and absolutely was behind the ball, not playing any more careless strokes there. Shidong is known for his power backhand. He came with a cracker of a backhand this time. With this, there was a moment that Farazi could have controlled, but nevertheless, so far, well played, Iran.
Oh yes, you've got to give credit to the way Farazi turned up there. It was really, really great to see that. Having said that, Lin Shindong, it's really been another exhibition from him very early in this contest. Well, we'll just have a look at what Lin Shendong did in terms of services in this particular game. And when you look at what Lin Shendong has done against Benjamin Farazi of Iran, this was in game one, and all of them on the left side of the table. So he's not yet attacked the right, is it, Sachin?
In the middle and center of the table, which is where he has been disturbing Farazi to maintain the attack, keeping the attack to himself.
And you know, sometimes everyone talks about variations, but how important is consistency. There was consistent placement there as well. What a start! It was a good service and then shaped up well acrobatically. Has managed to put that forehand winner in.
Yes, absolutely. This is where Benjamin is pretty strong there. He largely he knows that if the opponent is going to play a lot more forehand, you can see this time Shidong could read the service very, very beautifully. He turned around, converted that spin into a short receive.
Fast hands, both players. But ultimately, it was Lin's presence of mind that helped him win that point. Made Farazi move around and then went to the extreme corner.
You could see Farazi asking his teammates, what do? I did every possible thing to get that point. What else I could do against this?
Just give your best. That's all you can do.
Yeah,
And you've already beaten Wang Chuchin earlier. So you know what to do against players of this quality. But yes, it's not often that you would beat a player of that quality as well. So, you know, we've got to be mindful of that fact as well. But on a new day, come out there with a positive intent, of course.
yes, absolutely. You got to be mindful, but you got to be more mindful when you are serving against the Chinese player. Because every time if you give them a long service, specifically Shidong, who is so good with his power backhand, you can feel the heat on the table.
On the left, you can see Naushad Alamia, one of the senior players in the Iran table tennis team, applauding his teammate. That is worth applauding, and you must applaud it because, in spite of facing that pressure, Benjamin Farazi did not relent.
Yes, for a second, Shidong also turned around, took advice from his coach there. This time he wanted to change the direction of his backhand. He knew that Benjamin Farazi is pretty strong on the backhand, well controlling the ball, but remained unsuccessful.
Yes, and these two played each other the last time in the previous Asian Table Tennis Championship. What a return it was! But ultimately, because the tone had been set by Lin, he won that point as well.
Absolutely, it was a beautiful block. That was a lightning speed backhand.
And forehand shot wins, you can see 75% for Farazi Benjamin, and Lin Shendong has got 67%. Most super statistics for you, they'll keep coming. But yes, Sachin, I've got to bring this into perspective. These two have played each other once before, which was last year during the championships in Astana. And Lin Shendong won that 3-2. So Farazi Benjamin did not make it easy for him. He's not making it easy here. Celebrating every point, as you can see. And what's more special is Farazi is only 15 years old. Last year at 14 he did that. Lin Shendong much older by 5 years at 20.
Now that's a statistic that actually raises the eyebrow. 3-2, and that too coming from Iran, playing such a beautiful high-level table tennis. This kid is a wonder kid. He's controlling. Look at this. He's doing every possible thing to control the speed of Lin Shendong.
Lin
His
Shendong-
coach just advised him, don't go too behind. You will not be able to control the force, the bullets. That shit, Lin Chitong is shooting for a long time. So go forward.
Well, if at the age of 15 you're showing so much promise and you've already beaten Wang Chuchin, there's definitely a bright future ahead.
He just
and
turned around with that missile.
It was indeed. It was fired in so well. But a question for you now, Sachin, that, at 15 you're doing this, you've already beaten Wang Chuchin. If you are groomed very well, who knows, 5-6 years down the line, you're a proper world beater.
He literally leaned forward with that backhand. Lin Chitong got the taste of his own medicine with that power backhand by none other than Benjamin Farazi.
Benjamin Farazi, the 15-year-old from Iran. He is definitely putting on a show here. All eyes may be on that man on your screen right now. But Lin Chitong, we all know what he's capable of. Benjamin Farazi is trying to prove on this stage that he is a player of merit, he is a player of character, and that, if given a chance, he's got a bright future.
Absolutely. And we could see players from different countries have lined up to see this match. Benjamin Farazi could reach to that power forehand down the line by Lin Chitong. So much of effort, so much of athleticism is going on, and you could see the players. You could see the stands filling it with supporters, fans across the country here, and all the player lineup, rest of the countries are sitting in the arena there to watch this beautiful match.
Not just that, even from the practice area, people are watching. They've abandoned their practice and they are watching. Now that is the kind of quality, because you look at this, you look at what a Lin Chitong will do, and you also get to learn. Having said that, Farazi Benjamin also putting on an exhibition showing that when you come up against true quality, how you can still maintain your aggression and focus.
Lin Chitong missing this toss spin. Now 2 game points to Benjamin Farazi. That's quite a accolade for this young kid there.
Oh yes, but look at Lin. He seems cool as a cucumber, really calm. With
That's
maybe-
one of his assets for sure.
Yeah, maybe like with ice in his veins, who knows? But that's the thing, right? I mean, you don't see him being as expressive as, say, some of the other players. And ultimately, it's not that what a player should do. And I will say that word should again because it's not fair to say that word should. Go by what you want to. Now, oh, he thought that he could have gone for that winner.
Beautiful receive by Benjamin Farazi. I would say he wanted to control the rhythm with this beautiful receive he did. He wanted to finish off with that cracker. Timeout being called by Iran, I guess. Yes, it is Iran. It's a very important point at which timeout has been taken.
Yes.
The coach by the Iran certainly felt that Benjamin Farazi is in a beautiful form, is his grit. One could see that, but moving a little bit out of the rhythm because he's trying to take the points a bit more quickly.
And there on your screen, it was Wang Hao actually, another legendary Chinese table tennis player, talking to Lin Chitong. And now we are having a look at the Iranian bench. Naushad, not much to say there because it's the coach who is in conversation with Farazi. But Farazi also seems to be a kind of a player who knows his game well. Maybe he doesn't require too much of guidance. Sometimes the players have good awareness, and a coach can also be like a sparring partner, right? Where the coach gives you ideas, you give the coach ideas, and then you're debating which one is better.
Yes, absolutely.
But yes, this superhuman machine that China have produced, one after the other, they produce these incredible table tennis players. And here in India, it's really amazing that we have gotten this opportunity to host this tournament. Now, Lin Chitong, he's going to serve. Farazi still on the game point. Hits that out, tried to shape for the backhand, misjudged it, and now it's deuce. Now, in situations like this, you shouldn't allow a player of the quality of Lin Shindong in.
Oh, yes, certainly. I guess he used the kicker service there. Misjudged by Benjamin Farazi. Oh, it was a beautiful placement. This is something what he was looking for. Farazi knows that if he keeps Chidong too long on the back end, he could come back really, really heavy. So he's trying to displace him soon. With this advantage and game point to Farazi. He gave everything, whatever he had.
And this is it. It is a game for Benjamin Farazi now. It's all square at 1-1. Sachin, you had a good look at Benjamin Farazi at practice yesterday. What were some of the points that you noticed?
I guess if I could, what we are seeing on the screen right now, as focused, as determined, the same way he is in the practice as well. But the important point at the last point is not the cracker of a shot he played, but the way he defended the service of Lin Che-dong, completely shorten it, this time with a different tactic altogether, is commendable. And that's what the Indian players who are watching such a powerful match should watch it, that if this kid can do, other kid can definitely replicate some of the tactic which he can learn from Farazi there. You could see he's already heated up. He sat down for a second. He was looking for this particular game to put lot more pressure on Lin Che-dong, and he managed to do that. Empire has called the players back to the arena.
Yes, and Benjamin Farazi at 15. Who knows? He could be the Iranian Harimoto.
I would say he is. He already is, because he has already demonstrated his game, upset a lot of senior players there. Game 3.
Third game. China to serve. Lower.
Shidong to serve. A long service deep onto the body. It had a little bit of a bump there. Shidong knows that Farazi play high spin serve beautifully, so obviously he changed the spin. Oh, this time for the third backhand, he literally lean on the table. Look at this, how Benjamin is questioning himself. Why are you giving more room to Lin Che-dong?
Well, a bit of come on there from Lin Shidong. We've not seen a lot of that. Doesn't do that quite often. Again hits the net. Just got to compose himself there, the young man. He already used his timeout, so his coach cannot call him back once more.
This time, Shidong wanted to come back heavily with that powerful forehand. Misjudged the cut, misjudged the push there. It had bit of a float.
I know all eyes are transfixed on this match, but on the other match, table number 2, is the other quarterfinal going on. Another point here for Farazi, and the scream gets louder. Onto the net there by Lin Shidong. So it's DPR Korea against Chinese Taipei, and the first match of that encounter is ongoing. Oh, it was slow, it was loopy, and maybe Farazi just put that extra bit of energy into hitting that, which is why it has gone a little bit wide.
I guess he wanted to go for attack, but Shidong changed the speed of the ball. He kept it a little low. It was just a subtle slide out. This is Shidong at its best. The moment you allow Shidong to come over you, Benjamin going behind the table, and that's the time Shidong just comes onto the table on top of the ball, hit that backhand. Look at this. Such a beautiful, it was a pendulum service, deep pendulum service, well received.
Yes, and now Lin Shidong taken a 4-point lead here. Make that a 5-point lead. So maybe gradually Lin Shidong just taking control. First 2 games were perhaps a bit of a warm-up.
Yes, I guess this is the moment Shidong is trying to control the. Oh, beautiful! He just dived down for that point. Beautiful, Farazi. He just lashed onto it with so much of energy.
Yes, and that rally was 12 shots long. It was one to watch out for. Just as we felt that maybe Lin has reduced the pace of the game, Razi was there at it, and he gets another point here. Taken the top edge and it's gone out.
In
No
the
major
last-
celebrations, although by Farazi.
Yes, no major celebration. And in the last game also, he was trailing behind by a few points. Well covered up and caught the game.
The backhand shot wins, you can see Farazi on 75, then in the 80s.
86%, almost neck to neck, which clearly indicates that Farazi is equally practicing hard to have a cracker of a backhand. Okay, now that's a bullseye.
That's not
a
okay.
missile. My goodness, it's such a cracker of a forehand. He just turned it around.
Well, that's not okay. You should have said wow, as you normally do, because it was a wow shot.
He just changed the spin. A bit of a floated push there. And this is something we can learn from this. That sometimes you have to change the rhythm of the player. Both the players are keeping the ball very, very tight, and a little bit of a change can bring such a breather. And now it is 8-all. Look at this. Is it? My goodness. My goodness. That cracker of a backhand by that powerful block. Yes, Lin Dong has taken a timeout now.
Well, you've forced the Chinese players to think. And
He
that
ha-
in itself really tells you the quality of Benjamin Farazi. He has come out all positive. In his history, he's obviously beaten Wang Shuqin. But this is also a great performance, and irrespective of what happens later, this boy has truly impressed here, the 15-year-old. And this match currently being played in Bhubaneswar, Odisha. This tournament coming to India, we've got the chance to see all the world-class table tennis players here on Indian soil. There's also, if you look around India, table tennis is a very popular sport, largely played recreationally, and also the professional structures growing over the last few years. There's also a lot that you'll find on the internet as well, with people sharing their table tennis reels, particularly on Instagram and YouTube. You can also check out different pages over there. A very popular tennis page, in fact, even I was going through it, is called Table Tennis Talks, which is based in India. So it's really wonderful that, this sport has really caught on and is also capturing the attention of the younger generation. And how do you do that? Through the mobile phone. Whether you like it or not, it's through Instagram, it's through social media, it's through YouTube.
Yes, and viewers can watch this beautiful, powerful match on YouTube. Farazi to serve, 1 point down, but quite a class there with this wonder kid. Again, that finisher, forehand, almost with accuracy of 100%. Even if I don't have stats in front of me right now, but I could see whenever he turns, he comes back so heavily with that forehand shot.
Well, you said Wonder Kid, make it Wunderkind. Wunderkind! Look at that celebration, that aggression, and that passion. Oh my, we are watching here, everyone's watching, and in fact, you can also see some of the other players who are from other countries also clapping. Everyone is impressed by this young man. He has now taken the lead at 9-8. It is game point. Up on my chair, off my seat, as is the Iranian team.
This is This is something what Farazi is teaching all the young kids, all the players who are watching, that the self-belief, this is what the self-belief can do. Look at that forehand which Shidong had hit and the way he had blocked the ball. Now, he was trailing behind. Now he's leading by 2 points. And with that cracker of a four, he has put a lot more pressure on Chinese Lin She-dong there. Wow, what a game by this young wonder kid there. He was trailing behind.
Oh yes, this wunderkind has really done an amazing job. He's gone 2-1 up in this match. On the first 2 days, it was... In fact, we had seen him on the practice tables and Sachin, my co-commentator here, was very impressed by him. And now I can see why. Up against one of the best in the world. Farazi Benjamin showing true quality.
Yes, absolutely. Speechless. The way he is defending those power shots. Let's see. I am really looking forward to the... And look at their Stupa stats here on the table. Services that Benjamin Farazi, that is disturbing Lin She-dong. Lot more longer services he is doing.
And why is it in the center, you think?
Just because to control the speed of Lin She-dong backhand. He knows that, Benjamin knows that. If he gives more longer services to Lin She-dong, it can be disastrous for him. So obviously he's kept him busy 40% in the center and 60% behind. But the interesting thing also that the way he is giving long services also has a very different kind of spin. He could control the ball, and this time Lin She-dong has done exactly what Farazi has been doing. Blocked that cracker of a forehand. He was well in place.
Yes, and on the 5-set table, are we going to go into the 5th one? That one climbed on him a little bit, but as it happened in the previous game also, Lin She-dong had actually gotten the first 2 points. So,
and if somebody would have seen for the second point, She-dong changed the spin. This time, 3rd point, big blow, bit change in the serve. Farazi, bit impatient there.
a bit of a shriek there from Farazi on the other end. Slows the game down a little bit, and then the pace has been increased by Lin. So now, gradually, just taking control.
And this
And
is where
every time we say that, taking control, Sachin, it looks like Farazi hits back, just like that.
this time he has taken the control of the table. He could gauge that Lin She-dong has suddenly changed the spin and speed of the ball. He was absolutely ready. You could see more pressure on Lin She-dong. Otherwise, he plays backhand, but he's turning around, going for more forehand, and this time, edge caught. Paul caught the edge there. Farazi not very happy with that lucky point. He's
Yes.
really working so hard.
Yes, fortune just favoring Lin there. For a moment, I thought instead of coming off the edge, it may have come off the side of the table, but not quite. It has in fact come off the edge, which is why that point will be awarded to Shin.
Bit of a impatient stroke there. He's still a kid, allowed.
The last time these two played as well at the Asian Table Tennis Championships last year, that match had gone into the 5th game. This one also is going to go into the 5th game if Lin wins it here. Seems to be on course at 7-1. It
Yes.
could be of tall order now for Farazi to make a comeback here. At least in this game, I'm saying.
Oh, it has gone too far from the table. Well, good change in the service by Farazi there. A sudden change, long onto the forehand. This time, Farazi knew that She-dong is well placed in the extreme backhand, waiting for the ball. He changed the position, hit it to the center with this 3rd point. 7-3 lead, still the 4-point lead. But in the last game also, Farazi determined to cover up the lead. Look at this, the receive, almost a similar receive what he did in the last point, the last game. Beautiful block done by him. While China is everyone's favorite, but this kid certainly so far so beautifully entertaining, encouraging, inspiring the table tennis player across the world and in India.
Well, that just climbed a little bit. He wanted to go back, trying to play that one. And Lin Shidong facing a test early in the Asian Table Tennis Teams Championship this year.
Farazi to serve. 4-8.
What a hit! What a hit in the corner that was available for him. He went for it with that booming shot. He's got those booming shots, doesn't he?
Absolutely. Even typically, Ling Shidong is so solid on the backhand. He controls the entire game, but he has pushed Farazi. Farazi has pushed him to play a lot more forehand there. He knows that he doesn't want to be in a defensive position against this Wonder Kid there. 4 points lead. Shidong to serve.
And with
Beautiful
that,
placement.
yes, wonderful placement, and with that, he's going to get a game point as well.
Moving towards 2-all.
And for the second time, Lin and Farazi are going to play a 5-gamer at the Asian Table Tennis Championships in Bhubaneswar. Last year as well, they had played a 5-gamer and Lin Shidong had beaten him in that last set to take that match. But now, is it going to happen again? Let's have a look. What would Wang Hao be telling Lin Shidong here? What do you think?
Looks difficult. Less of an animated look. I think in one of the moment I could feel that he is guiding Shidong to cover up the spin, to come on top of the spin so that you can control the movement of the ball. Don't allow ball to come over you. And then of course push Farazi to the forehand, because whenever he does the service, he turns around.
So last year's match between Lin Shidong and Benjamin Farazi was a men's singles encounter of round of 64, and this is the score line. Okay, now Lin Shidong won that. I'm going to read it out and then you can tell our viewers about it as well. It was 11-13, 9-11. So actually the first two sets belong to Farazi, and then Lin Shidong came back 11-3, 11-3, but the last set, the fifth one, 17-15. That's how intense these two can get. Starts off the fifth game rather, with deft touch, but there was nothing deft about that celebration.
Yes, absolutely. Farazi would up here for that revenge if he has lost with that kind of a margin there. You could hear the roar, the cheer from the side of China as well. Certainly, they're under pressure.
Takes the lead now, slender lead early at 2-1.
It was a beautiful slide out service. Well placement. So much of precision went in for that serve. Lin Shidong has no other way to receive it. This time he came on top of the ball. Heavy.
This is high quality table tennis, and this high quality table tennis is coming to you from table number 1 at the Kalinga Stadium.
There is some discussion happening there. Some disturbance, I guess, Farazi is facing.
Yeah, I wonder what it's about, because the umpire has also stepped forward.
Oh, they are checking the height of the net. At this professional level, you can expect anything. They
Yes.
know the pulse of the game. They know the pulse of the ball. They know what's happening around. How even a nano millimeter of the net height can actually disturb them. It's 2-all. Decider game. All eyes on Farazi.
Well, Lin Shendong was really shaping up to smash that. Hit it with all his power, but instead found the net.
Yes, absolutely. And in the practice arena, we can see Liang Jingken is packing his practice because he knows that now he has a job to do. Farazi. Farazi. 1 point lead. That is still a good pressure he is generating.
On
You
the
could
backhands.
see. You could see. Farazi wanted to go for that killer backhand. Missed out. You could see that Shidong is being guided. Use lot more forehand here. Wong Hao sitting in the position there. Oh, Shidong dodged him almost towards the end of it. It was a beautiful slide out service. Shidong went in but remained unsuccessful with that shot. Benjamin knew that he has to have control over this ball. He went in for the quick attack, but beautifully blocked by Shidong. It's 4-all. It's grit versus grit. Power versus power. He missed out. He timed it well. Ball touched the net. Benjamin nailed down. Placed that ball on to the table. His coach is advising, keep the ball low, keep the ball low, control the spin. Shidong with 1 point lead.
Yes, a 1 point lead, and this is the decider, of course. 2 games apiece.
Shidong wanted to place this loose ball onto the backhand side of it. Fell little short, misjudged the spin, and you could see what pressure can do to the best of the best. World number 2 being challenged by Farazi. Hit back with the backhand there. Shidong suddenly changed his strategy. He was turning all this while. Now suddenly he changed the rhythm. Came back with his signature backhand strokes. The ball was up in the air. Benjamin fell short for that flick shot he wanted to play. Yes, Shidong is using the strategy of making Farazi impatient there. Beautiful block, beautiful spinny block returned by Farazi there. Gave no room to Shidong so that he can play that power shot. You could expect such a beautiful firework here. All in for this point. Again, Farazi has come back in the game. Lin Shendong had 2 points lead. Suddenly he lost it. Farazi to serve. If he gets a couple of points here, it can really put Shidong under the pressure there.
And the Chinese know a thing or two about Benjamin Farazi. Last year at the Asian Table Tennis Championship, during the teams event itself, he had gotten the better of Wang Chuqin. First one backhands. What a point! He was consistent on the backhand, and later when he got the opportunity, he went for the forehand and has got that winner in. This is quality table tennis. I can see some international players getting off their seats and giving him a standing ovation. Doesn't matter what happens from now, but this young man has certainly won hearts here at the Kalinga Stadium in Bhubaneswar.
With that stroke, Benjamin Farazi has taken these two critical points. He just replied that cracker of a shot of Lin Che-dong onto the extreme forehand. No way he could reach there. You could see. It's a decider match. Such a responsibility on this young kid.
Well, he's got to forget about the responsibility, just focus on the next point. Just the next point. Last year, you did this against Wang Chuqin. Now you have an opportunity against a player of similar quality. This time though, Lin Che-dong, with that quality, has managed to hit that across and tried to stretch him.
Yes, again if you could see Che-dong using the impatience there, keeping the ball really, really short. Almost a slide out service. I could read his mind what he's trying to do. He's pushing Farazi to play these careless strokes there. Oh, he wanted to go for the kill shot. Suddenly lost these 2 points. Now, the service. Back to Farazi.
And it's 9-all. It's 9-all, all to play for. My God, this table number 1 is amazing, you know. Since last evening, what's happening here? Such an all 5 gamers on this table and entertaining. It's just been that, you know. And now he's going to serve.
Stop your breath. Farazi beautifully blocked that shot spin, cross spin of this Lin Che-dong. He showed so much of maturity there.
Wonderfully done. He may be only 15 years old, but the world is watching. The world is watching as he's going for a victory against the world number 2. Lin Che-dong to face, Farazi to go for this one. Goes for the pendulum. Goes for the smash, and that's a victory! What a victory! The Iranian youngster, the 15-year-old sensation, has created history again. He has beaten world number 2, Lin Che-dong, and he excels in play, and why not? This is an achievement to be proud of. Last year, he beat Wang Chuqin. Today, he has beaten Lin Che-dong. Take a bow, young man. Take a bow.
Absolutely. Take a bow for this kid. I don't know what to ask for. You can see he's a kid. He's so happy with his coach. Obviously, playing the first match against China, defeating, taking a revenge against world number 2, giving a head start to his team. So many firsts here by him.
Yes, and now we've got to have a look at this, Sachin. Here on your screen, all the shots in this match by Farazi.
Look at the shower, fireworks onto the table, center, forehand, extreme backhand to the second line. What else you could ask for? That is a diagram worth saving.
Absolutely. Take a picture of this, and if you're a young table tennis player, this is how you play. This is how you vary. And those super
And
statistics.
some of the 3 balls which are on the one side, on the extreme backhand, a big responsibility on Liang Jing-kun now. What a head start. What a head start.
Liang Jing-kun now, and he's going to be playing Naushad Alamia, another player that I really look forward to watching. Now, for a long time, we have been talking and we have been really praising Farazi Benyamin and just the way that he has turned up today. We watched him in practice across the last 2 days, but he has put on a real exhibition here. But I must also tell you something that the next player, the senior man, Alamia Naushad, I've been waiting to see him because I've seen some of his matches online, obviously on TV. The first time that I'm going to get to see him live. And I quite like his style, the left-hander. So all to play for now. And Naushad, what's he got? The youngster has set the mark and now the senior pro has got to walk in those footsteps. Generally, it's the other way around.
Yes, absolutely. That's why I'm saying this first match was no less than a miracle. So many firsts there, and you have rightly put in. He has given such a flying start.
Yes, a flying start, and it's seriously one of the memorable moments here in the Kalinga Stadium. All of us who are here at the Kalinga Stadium. Okay, this is where it gets interesting.
Some chit chatter on the Iranian side there. Officials were talking. I love to peep into this kind of a conversation which happens in the corner. Is always to learn something which is so critical, so detailed there.
While we wait for the match to start, I've got to tell you something very interesting here, Sachin. Naushad Alamia and Liang Jingkun have faced off against each other twice, and both matches have been won by Naushad. I know, friends, we don't have a camera here in the commentary box, but Sachin's eyes just went like, wow, he couldn't quite believe. And let me tell you where those two victories came. One came last year in Astana. It was a 3-0 victory for Naushad, and then also last year in the Saudi Smash, Naushad won 3-2.
Yes, Naushad is a very, very creative player. He controls almost 3/4 of the table and sometimes a complete table with his backhand. And if somebody tries to put the ball onto the extreme backhand, he switches the racket to the right hand, on his right hand, and play back the ball, which can really disturb the player there.
We talk a lot about China being the force that they are, and imagine this, that as a player, when you come here and you beat a Chinese player, it automatically lifts your confidence. That is also a sign of respect for the kind of quality that China consistently produce, and B, it also is a mark that you are capable, you can beat the best on your day.
Yes, I would say not just on your day, but if you are consistent and if you are thorough and if you are determined in your mind, because last time, as you rightly said, the fifth game between Farazi and Shidong went into 17-15. That means it was anybody's game. And today, he has literally taken the game out of Shidong's hand. He was up by 2-3 points there, and he came back demolished. There's something happening there. Farazi wants to soak his t-shirt. Certainly, he's going to keep this t-shirt for a long time. It's his lucky moment where he has defeated world number 2 there. And on the other side, we could see different matches happening. Keril with his deceptive magic there. DPR Korea, as usual, fighting tooth to nail with complete grit. At this point of time, each and every match that is happening in this stadium is no less than an exhibition match. Wherever you go, whatever match you watch, you could have your class there. You could see, you could learn, you could make notes. Really curious to know what are we waiting for. Iranian coach is right now talking to officials. And let me remind you, today, lot more matches are lined up after this China versus Iran. You would see Indian women match coming up. Important quarterfinal. Nishad, why don't you enlighten the viewers about what's happening on the other table where specifically Keril with Quek, Isaac. It's again a quite of a match. Patience versus aggression. Experience versus passion.
Yes, definitely, Sachin. And I will definitely now tell you what's happening on the other tables. On table number 2, it is the other quarterfinal, DPR Korea against Chinese Taipei. And the first match was won by Chinese Taipei's Liao Chengting. And the second match is ongoing in that contest, and it has gone into the 4th game. On table number 3, it's Singapore against Kazakhstan. The first match there was a 5-setter where Alan Kurmangaliev actually lost to Lee Ellsworth 3-2. It was quite competitive, 11-9, 11-9, 11-8, 11-9, 11-7. And as you were mentioning earlier, it is Isaac Quek and Kirill Gerasimenko who are playing, and 11-9 was the first game, which went in favor of Kirill, and the second one is at the moment 6-4. Meanwhile, in the 14 to 15 position match on table 4, it is Mongolia and Uzbekistan who are currently sharing honors at 1-1. It has now gone into the 3rd game. And in the 19th to 20th position match, Bangladesh have taken a 1-0 lead over Maldives, but the second game is going on, and that second game has gone into the 5th game. So a lot of interesting things happening here. But what happened here on table number 1, we are still thinking about it. And I was just going through a bit of history where, talking about the youngster Benjamin. He picked up the sport in his father's club at the age of 4. As a 4-year-old, he picked up table tennis. No wonder, when you start so young, it becomes a part of your body language. And his dream is to achieve glory for Iran at the Olympics, and we really hope he does, because to see a natural talent do that, and like for example today, just his performance has definitely lit up the Kalinga Stadium and has won the hearts of everyone present here.
I would say that what this kid has just added onto this table number 1 in front of the world is only one word which will go into the history: belief. Believe that you can do it, and you can do it for the second time, because for the first time, if he has lost by that margin, this time he showcased that I was down but not out, came back. Belief. Again, one word for this wonder kid is belief.
And yes, it's obviously about belief. We've seen through history how some youngsters have really dazzled, and we talk about some greats, of course. Pele back in 1958 as a teenager winning the World Cup football, and it was truly incredible the way he played for Brazil back then as a teenager, soaked in the pressure and put in performances to remember, particularly in the final. Now in closer memory, Kylian Mbappe, at a young age, dazzling the World Cup when France won in 2018. Talk about cricket, we always talk about Sachin Tendulkar at the age of 16 facing the best in the world. Lionel Messi also did that at a young age.
I would say beast in the world.
Well, that's what, So as youngsters, these are all examples. Boris Becker winning the Wimbledon Championship at the age of 17. Here we go. Now Naushad has started with his serve.
The chopper and the blocker, 2-in-1. Naushad.
Chopper and blocker. You've got to be a dynamic player, in fact, a high toss, and he started well.
And yes, signature lefty pendulum serve. Surprising Liang Jingkun on the extreme backhand. Now world would see, or India would see this, such a beautiful player, how he controls the entire table with his backhand.
Well, Liang Jingkun is also a player of great quality, we know that. Looking at his medal tally last year as well, he was a part of the team that won the Asian Championships, of course, in the teams event.
I love the way Liang Jingkun received that serve. Such a swift.
Now the senior players have to really back what the youngster has already done for them.
Yes, certainly pressure would be there on Liang Jingkun, not just to win it, but into the net.
Yeah,
He fell short of that spinning shot. I think quite a class to see that you don't need all the time the cracker of a shot. It is easier to block. What troubles player is spinning a shot there. Wow, look at this. A roar from Naushad.
yes, Naushad just channelizing that energy yet again.
Quite a different tactic altogether. Okay, that's a punch. That's a punch. Down the line backhand. Onto the forehand of Liang Jingkun. Naushad's service is Liang Jingkun completely feeling powerless here. That chop block. What else he has got under his sleeve there? Such a class. Such a class. And I would love to see what China is also doing, making the players tougher and tougher. They could have put Wang Chu-Keen in the first order, but they chose to train the player in this tournament. That's how they kind of prepare the mindset.
Oh yes, you're not going to prepare your players if you're going to protect them. So you need to throw them in the deep end, and more often than not, when players come through the Chinese system, they are going to produce that quality. And look at that. Naushad moves ahead to 8.
Ferazi replicating, looks like Naushad. Everyone after a point, they take the entire run through the arena.
Well, a bit of a warning looks like.
Again, it looks like another warning there.
He's just conferring with the assistant umpire. I think the assistant umpire is indicating that the hand went below the table. Now, Iran's coach gets into the act. He's just been asked by the umpire, hang on, you can stay there.
Absolutely no movement by Chinese coaches there. They are statued.
Well,
Look at this.
if Naushad continues to play like that, that statue position is going to continue, don't you think?
You can have a sip of coffee and digest that powerful backhand. Such a psychological dominance Naushad has on Liang Jingkun. You could see he's just unable to do anything, any innovative thing there.
Yes, and it's game point. Naushad facing. Jingkun goes for that, and this time he gets that point in his favor. But with the game point in his favor, Naushad is going to serve. Is it going to be that trademark high toss? Yes, it's a high toss. But he fumbles on the service and it's into the net. We'll get another chance.
Still 3 points lead, but not enough. We are playing against China. There's a fair chance because you've already got the flying start there given by the Wonder Kid. Absolutely.
Naushad still has got the game point, and Liang is going to serve. Liang Jinkun. The first game has gone again to Iran. Naushad Alamiya taking the momentum from his teammates' success in the first match into the second match by winning this first game. Wherever you are joining us from, just stay in front of your television sets and watch this match because it could turn out to be a classic. Because, mind you, look at the Chinese players. They are determined, and at any time they can make a thrilling comeback as well. But Iran is putting on a quality show.
Yes, absolutely. Iran is putting up a quality show. You're seeing Olympic gold medalist on your screen. Wang Hao guiding Liang Jinkun to survive through this battle. He's already in match score he's already 2-0 down. With again a great start by Naushad, completely dominating the way he has played the entire game. Liang Jinkun to serve, Naushad to defend.
Looks like a net.
No, umpire is questioning, your face is coming in front of the ball, so it's a warning.
That's something that you mentioned as well, that sometimes it happens.
Bit of a tough luck for Liang Jinkun. Ball touched the net.
And this time it's touched the net and gone off, so luck favoring him on this occasion. Balances
You
out.
could see Liang Jinkun backing himself there. Such a beautiful spinny service. My goodness. And again that counter spin onto the top spin is commendable. Another point. Troubling Liang Jinkun with his serve.
Well, just looking at the serve also from here, it takes an eternity to come down that high toss. By then, Naushad has shuffled his racket a few times. In comparison, Liang doesn't have that higher toss. He's also got one on the higher side. Magnificent!
The way Naushad came from behind the ball for that power backhand was amazing, but beautifully outplayed. Last rally count was 13 shots. You have super stats on the screen there. Liang Jinkun has to earn every point. Naushad is not giving it. Look at this backhand from the gut of Iranian Naushad. Liang Jinkun finding it very, very difficult.
Well, China feeling the heat quite literally as they head into that towel break. Naushad with that high toss now.
Again surprise onto the backhand side of it. Liang Jinkun is completely confused. What do I do? Should I stand in the center? Should I stand in one corner there?
This is better. Backed himself and then placed it well. Although Naushad was on that side of the table, but because it was hit very hard, he couldn't have returned that one. Liang also has a high toss, but not as high as Naushad. But what a return! What a return! It was in fact in an awkward position for Liang to actually try and put that onto the table.
Absolutely. The way Naushad receives this reverse pendulum service is absolutely not going to have any impact on him. Yes, I think suddenly he has changed the strategy. Reverse pendulum may not work. He is using lot more softer services from the center. Unlike the lot of other players who change the game by backhand service, Liang Jinkun doesn't do that. Even in the critical moments is something what we have seen. Ma Long does it.
Oh, fumbles on that service.
The second time Naushad has missed the service.
Yes, he did one in the first game as well. What a return! He blocked it initially and later the placement. Wow!
Jinkun is completely surprised there. How did he manage to block that? And after that, he came back with that missile backhand. What else can I do?
Oh, just with the net and that's gone off. A bit of punch there from Liang. Very happy that he's got that point, of course. Goes long, and maybe this is also a result of the fact that Liang is trying to slow the game a little bit, perhaps. That was convincing from Liang over there.
Bit of shoulder down. He literally had a beautiful start. He set up the stage for this point but missed out to the ball which suddenly went on to the body.
Yeah, my apologies. I just thought that it had landed. It was convincing until that point. But who's
Again.
convincing? It's Alamia.
Again, another service point. How do you defend this kind of a service? So much of control, so much of precision is required to receive these deceptive serve. Bit out of the place, Naushad this time. Liang Jinkun pushed into the deep backhand there. It's aggression versus aggression. Dominance versus challenger.
Well, but it's right now 9-all. So Liang has managed to hit back a little bit.
Yes, absolutely. Both the players throwing each other whatever they have. Oh goodness, oh goodness. Liang Jinkun with the two back-to-back power backhands. Well played, Naushad. You have earned this point. You have literally earned this point for your country.
Yes, and it's going to be game point now to go 2-0 up. Naushad with that high toss. Not as high as it normally is, but he hits it. And that's gone out. Which is why it's going to be deuce. Well, for a moment, you looked at both the sides. The Iranian bench got up, the Chinese bench got up. So it would have been difficult to understand which way it's going.
Oh, it was a beautiful block down the line done by Naushad. Liang Jinkun was absolutely not in place. You could see in the warm-up area, the third player is getting ready for the battle. If Naushad wins this game, it will be under, China will be under heavy pressure. What is service?
Well, Liang manages to defend that game point. It's 11-all yet again. It was fast and Alamia was forced to actually defend. Alamia also has a lot of energy behind him. Has tasted glory at the Asian Games, at the Asian level, of course. Now it's game point for Liang for the first time in this match.
Yes, a sign of relief to China, but I could see no movement from Wang Hao while the players are clapping.
Yes,
Was that on the table? Was that on the table? Looks like there's a confusion there. Naushad He's questioning that possibly it had hit the net there. Some confusion. Liang Jinkan already celebrating his victory, taking advice from China.
Well, the Iranian coach has now come here and he's also imploring to the assistant umpire. Well, the decision has been made. I don't think that the umpires are going to change their mind. And of course, they've got to accept that and move forward. And unfortunately for them, it's come at a very critical time. And yeah, they've got to accept it. It's one apiece.
Yes,
Wang Hao with that poker face as always. You don't know what he's thinking. He's going to be really calm. He's going to tell Liang how to now move forward.
you could see players cheering up. Liang Jinkan, Jian Peng, their upcoming player. A bit of a big confusion there, but Naushad, mind-blowing game.
Well, this has
One
been
all.
But this has been quite interesting, isn't it? Even the start of this match, it was delayed a little bit. There was a lot of chat going on between the Iranian bench and the officials. And now this. And now, Naushad's got to put that past him. And just focus on the job at hand as he takes on Liang. Didn't quite manage to hit that return as well as he would have liked. Went for the backhand, but then ended up hitting it on his own side. That's better. That's a lot better.
A lot more thrust this time from Iran. Waiting for that ball to come, rip that backhand.
And let's serve, so Liang has to go with that once again. Taking the pace off and then attacking him with a bit of pace as well, which is what surprised Naushad over there.
The game has begun a bit in favor of China.
Yeah, and you can see him pumping his fist because maybe he just senses that this is the time where the tide could really turn in his favor. We hadn't seen that kind of a celebration from the Chinese players, but ultimately we did. But for the moment, it's actually going to be a bit muted because he's hit that onto the net. All the players watching, this is a contest that's kept them hooked, and why not? Naushad has come back and he has leveled matters here at 3 apiece in this third game of the second match.
What is interesting to see is that what we can't see on the screen is Lin Shedong has gone back to the practicing area, even though the third match is going to be played by world number 1 Wang Chu Keen.
Well, there is a bit of belief obviously that we are going to win the next two and then there will be a fourth game as well.
Naushad too much behind the table. Liang Jinkan slowly controlled the spin and the trajectory of the ball. With this, 4-3.
Well, as you mentioned, the next match in this encounter is going to be between Wang Chu Chin and Amir Hossein Hodai. Levels it up yet again. Well, Lin Shedong anyway is slated to play the fourth match, of course.
Again, a cut loose service. Pretty deceptive. by Iranian. Oh, Liang Jingkun gave everything. Such a power rally there. Naushad standing in the center of the table, defending each and every bullet that was coming at him. 16 count rally. Super stats on the screen here. What a game.
Yes, and it's now 5-all. So competitive, so intense. Naushad has got to go back now, but he was a little bit too far back to play that one. Tried to keep it up, but he could not quite get that elevation over the nets.
Yes, Naushad, I think the way he plays the most of the game with his backhand, pretty surprising. Oh my God. Oh my God. The way he is twisting the ball, the way he is controlling the rhythm of it, the sense of it.
And of course, it was a lot of defense, defense, defense. A lot of times in table tennis, defense is also the best form of attack.
Yes, absolutely you require in modern table tennis. You cannot move ahead if you don't have a good defense there.
He tried to attack this time, but he's gone wide. Well, it's been a sequence during the last few points, isn't it? Where Liang gets the point rather, and soon after, Naushad also hits with one back. But this time the sequence is broken, as Liang has taken a 2-point lead right now. It's still slender considering how competitive this match is.
Certainly this match is critical for Liang Jingkun for two simple reason that if he loses this, then Iranian will be psychologically really up, and Benjamin can, on his good day, he can really make anyone's bad day.
But right now it is, of course, Liang who has powered ahead to a 3-point lead. Initially they were sharing the honors until the 6th point, but right now with Liang in control, looks like he could take China to a 2-1 lead in this match.
Suddenly Naushad, for the first time in the entire match, he used 24 there. Missed out.
No, that's a let, yeah.
That service, luck here.
Good service, a very good service. Sachin, you are imitating that action again.
Yes, absolutely. It's a reverse pendulum, but bit of a cut loose. Liang Jingkun couldn't defend.
Well, you are up against a machinery. You know, they keep producing these great players in China. It's a factory of talent, and here we've got a timeout at the moment, and it looks like China have opted for it. Yes, they have.
Absolutely, it's a right move by China here. Wang Hao's decision, because the way last 2 points have gone, this would have given a good amount of a confidence to Naushad. And one more point, the pressure will be too much on Liang Jingkun. So if he can break the rhythm, get that second game, then Wang, and if he win it, Wang Chuqin can actually put them onto a winning radar. But still, lot more anticipation there. But what is more important to see is how Iran is giving such a strong competition to the dominators, world number 1, China.
Also, just letting all our viewers know what's happening in the second quarter final, which is happening on table number 2, right in front of us, in fact. Korea, that is DPR, Korea and Chinese Taipei, deadlocked at 1 apiece. He gets that point. On the backhand, Naushad was not able to land it. And now for the first time in this match, China have taken a lead. In the first match, in fact, we had seen the lead was initially with Farazi, that is 2-1, but right now it is 2-1 here in favor of Liang. So, this is turning out to be really fascinating and interesting. Wang Hao now getting those tips in, a decorated player himself. He also achieved a lot for his country. Two-time Olympic silver medalist in the singles. He's got golds in the multiplayer events, and obviously dominated at the continental level as well, and the world championships. Meanwhile, the coach just trying to calm maybe Naushad a little bit and just telling him to focus on the next one. Okay, so let me tell you what's happening in that other match. Yeah, so it started off with Ri Jong Sik taking on Liao Cheng Ting. This is the quarterfinal between Chinese Taipei and DPR Korea. Chinese Taipei won that one 11-3, 15-13, 12-10. But then Ham Yu Song against Ko Guang Hong. Ham Yu Song of DPR Korea winning a 5-gamer. 11-6, 7-11, 11-5, 9-11, 11-9. And now it's the third match going on there with the youngster who impressed us this morning, Chon Chong Bom, who has won the first game 11-4. Naushad starts well, looks like. Or does he?
Domination on Liang Jinkun's face.
Sorry, it's Liang who's gotten that point. Slowed the pace there, slowed the pace of the game, and ultimately reaped dividends out of that one.
Yes, I guess it's basics at the best right now. The way receiving is being done by. Okay, that's a cracker of a backhand. Absolutely, you couldn't even blink your eyes and the ball passed through.
Yeah, it was more a defensive block of sorts.
Naushad hit that backhand deep into the backhand of Liang Jinkun. With that now, tally is 2-all. Liang Jinkun to serve.
Yes, at 2-all. Liang Jinkun with the serve. This time though, Liang Jinkun capitalizes on that opportunity that he got to serve and manages to get that point to go 3-2 up. It looks like he's asking him to change the ball.
Yes. Jinkun to serve. Naushad with that two back-to-back backhand. One in the center, other in the extreme backhand. With 3-all. Absolutely losing no sight of the grit he's carrying.
But what a backhand there by Liang. Manages to get one back. Now this is where it gets interesting, because we saw this happening in the previous game as well, where Naushad matched Liang until the 6th point. But now Liang has taken a 2-point lead.
As I said, as we discussed with the first of the match, this is how China prepares their players, not just for these tournaments, specifically for the Olympics.
Yes, no doubt about it, because you, as I said earlier, you really want to throw them in the deep end, and because the kind of system that they have and the character that that system really builds, if you throw them in the deep end, they are going to come up swimming and thriving.
Still, lot of element is left. 5-all.
Yes, it's 5-all. Naushad's managed to
Okay,
level.
this time there is a bit of a change in the service brought in by Naushad, doing that reverse pendulum service from the extreme forehand. Surprised Jinkun there. Look at this. He's going to repeat it. And he is successful. You can take this as a master class in the book. How at this critical juncture? This is a mind game. This is the mind game at its best.
How quick was that? It was fast, it was pacey, it was competitive, and in the end it was Liang who prevailed.
So beautifully, Naushad is controlling the fireworks from Liang Jinkan. Break, timeout, called by coach. What a move! What a move! Only a coach could feel through what's happening on the table.
Well, also talking about the other quarterfinal in the third match there, it is at the moment 12-11 in the second game of the third match between Lin Yanchun and Chon Jong Bom. Really, Chon Jong Bom has also been one of the players to watch out for, the 20-year-old DPRK player. On the screen right now, Naushad just getting a bit of
Naushad hitting back to the court. Still 12 seconds left. Players will take some amount of time to gear up.
Yep, we are now back to table number one. As you can see from this wonderful angle on the side, bit of a close-up now for Liang as well. Liang is going to start off after the timeout. Moves the pace, and it's Naushad who has got that point soon after the timeout. Moves up to 8-6, and the serve is also with him. Another one. How aggressive was that? It's just that confidence that is coming into Naushad as he moves to 9-6. Now he's got to consolidate that lead and press forward.
It's 9-6.
And the backhand shot wins 75% there for Alamia Naushad. It's a good percentage, and he's been consistent on those backhands. And once again on the service, this is frustrating. This is frustrating if you're an Iranian supporter. The Iranian coach may be thinking this is not something that you expect from a senior player of the quality of Naushad.
Liang Jinkan there. With that one serve missing, with one error. Now it has given good amount of confidence to Liang Jinkan to come back, but on that serve that he missed, Liang Jinkan was really surprised and displeased.
Well, when you're up against players like Liang Jinkun, you do not allow them a toe in the door because they'll put their foot just like that. He's leveled it 9-all. It was 9-6 a few moments ago. And Naushad just letting that lead slip, and he's frustrated as well. You can see him tossing the ball onto the floor, but he's got to compose himself, calm himself down, changes position of his serve, and manages to get that point. It is game point for him. Here's an opportunity for him to level matters here and take it into a fifth game.
This is the moment of grit and mind both, which Liang Jinkan beautifully played that backhand. Now this is where China prepared for this kind of an accuracy. The ball was up in the air. We have seen in the morning even the experienced player, best of the best, missed that floated ball. But Liang Jinkan made it possible. Effortless backhand. Beautiful service. Match point.
Yes.
Liang Jinkan.
It is match point. Naushad, has he got something in him, something special to turn it around? Yes, he does. He's denied that match point. Still alive. Just about. And he's going to receive the serve now. Another match point now for Liang.
For that spinny topspin. Naushad was not ready. He was expecting a little faster, but surprised Naushad completely. This time, he went back behind, blocked that ball. Liang Jingkun roaring onto the court, saving the glory for China there.
Oh yes, what a performance there by Liang Jingkun. He had lost the first game. It was Naushad Alamia who won it 11-8, and then it's been a masterclass. 13-11, 11-8, and ultimately 13-11 yet again. So China drawing level now with a spirited Iranian unit. And we are going to be back now with the world number one, my friends. Wang Chuqin is going to be playing Amir Hossein Hodai. Don't go anywhere. We are taking a short breather. You two catch your breath back, because this has been quite a contest. Well, before we just take a bit of a breather, looking at the serves in the match that Liang Jingkun has managed to put forth, what do you read in this particular graphic?
What I'm reading is clearly 80% of the service is being done in the center of the table, both in the middle of the backhand and middle of the forehand, because Liang Jingkun knows that if you give long services to a lefty player, and specifically who's a backhand dominated, it would be risky. So he wanted to restrict his killer backhands there with that service.
An electrifying match between China and Iran is unfolding on table number one here at the Asian Table Tennis Championships. Kalinga Stadium has really been lit up, and now it's Hodai against Wang Chuqin. China have leveled. World number one player is on show, and he starts off by taking A point first up. Sachin, welcome back. And considering the fact that the last match was won by China, they will now have that spring in their step.
Absolutely. Now you're playing with world number 1 here. Wang Chuqin. Here's another visit to India. Delighting the atmosphere. Showing his fireworks around the time of Diwali in India.
Yes, and you're in Bhubaneswar. We'd like to tell you again, get the tickets, come here to the Kalinga Stadium, because you are going to get to watch an absolute masterclass. Just apologizing, it's taken the net.
A tough job in front of Amir. Facing world number 1.
Yes, Amir Hossain Hodai. He's 27 years old. He's currently ranked 224 in the world.
Oh, beautiful receive by Wang Chuqin.
Well, Wang Chuqin is 25 years old and he's been number 1 for some time. In fact, just managed to take that ranking back from Lin Shindong.
Oh, taking that point, that too in the backhand of Wang Chuqin. Not an easy job with the 3 back-to-back backhands, defending it. Good show, Amir. Beautiful receive. Oh, looks like that sudden speed breaker onto that spinny service. What did he do? How did he do that?
Well, let's do something. At the end of this game, let's go down and ask him later.
Okay, that's a point. That's a confident point by Iranian Amir.
And the last rally was 12 points. Another stupid statistic for you on your screen.
That was a 12. That was a ace by Amir. Bit of an impatience here. Suddenly, Wang Chuqin breaking the rhythm with that slide out push.
Oh, surprised by that serve. That was a good one there by Amir Hodai. It's 5-all. Iran has definitely turned up with a lot of spirit here.
Okay, that was a beautiful placement by there. Iranian have a very, very creative. Accuracy is maintaining the way he is twisting the serve, the way Amir is receiving. Something what they practice only among the elite players there, and bring it out whenever it is needed at the big scale stage.
Yes, those mystery serves, they really try to be creative with them. We saw quite a few of them from Naushad as well, but unfortunately for Iran, we also saw him missing the mark on a few occasions. It was a good retrieve by Amir, and that has ultimately helped him win that point. He has moved ahead now to 7-6. It was placed very well initially early on in that rally where Wang made him outstretch towards his right, but he was there and he managed to get that across and then controlled that rally.
Looks like the way Iranians are playing, they have made their target. China as their main target there, because if you could target the dominating country, you could beat the other countries, and that's quite a steep task, but beautifully played by Farazi and Naushad, and now Amir continuing with that laser sharp focus here.
When you come into such a contest, it's very easy to think that China are just unbeatable. But You've got to turn up. And we keep saying that because that is the spirit with which sport is played every day, irrespective of whether you are a small team, a big team, an emerging team. You come in with the intention of winning.
Oh, it was a powerful down the line signature down the line by Wang Chuqin.
Signature, all right. Now it's 8-7. Wang now moving forward again. It's now 9-7. Hodai to serve. Made him outstretched. And he was not able to return that one.
It's a good strategic serve he did. This time Wang Chuqin came heavily with that heavy loaded power shot in the body. Now this is how subtle changes that you make makes you world number one. Somebody who can think in between the rally. 2 game points.
2 game points, and here's an opportunity for him to go up immediately. He does that quite easily, and Wang Chuqin, the world number one, as expected, wins that first game 11-8. It's a tall order, of course, for Amir Hossain Hodai when you're up against a player of this caliber, the current world number one. Wang Hao just having a word with him. All ears, just having a cool down drink as well. When you look at the lineup that's going to be there in front of us, the next match definitely has to take place. So if you look at it, then it's going to be Lin Shindong, and he's going to face Naushad. If only you could change it a little bit after the match starts, then possibly you would have wanted Farazi to take the next match.
Definitely.
But at the moment, Farazi has been slotted for the last match. And yes, you can't play the same player that you have played earlier, so you play the other player. It's a swap from the first two.
The stage is set. All the players, spectators, players, groundmen, support staff, cameramen, all glued to the screen, all glued to the stadium, watching world number one and challenger Iranian watching this beautiful match. Wang Chuqin, bit disappointed. He was pushing him to go for a chop block there. Bit of a test of the height of the ball before they do the actual service.
That was now on to the net. What do you expect now from Wang Chuqin? Because obviously he's made a good start. Amir Hossain Hodai now trying to do his best. Just been warned a little bit about that serve. What was that about?
I guess something to do with the way he's serving. Oh,
He had a chance.
he had a chance. He had a chance there.
That whole corner was wide open, and instead he got too much bat on that one, which is why it's gone out. And also one more thing, you look at Hodai's way of serving, it's like a right-handed Naushad.
Yes.
What a hit. It was straight onto the body, and it came so fast, and Hodai had no time to shuffle from the forehand to the backhand.
A lead ball. Sometimes player could see earlier than the umpires. Foreign was a bit out of place, out of motion there to play that choke. Missing out to that banana.
Well, it's evening snacks time, so we will not miss our bananas, strawberries, or the coffees. As
Oh,
Hodai also is not going to miss that opportunity this time.
yes, it's 4-all again. Wang Chu team was dominating, but suddenly it's a different tale here. 4-all. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Wang Chu team was absolutely ready to play that counter spin. Beautifully placed it onto the forehand.
That placement and just the way he changed the position of his wrist as well, that is what made all the difference. That is masterful work, and this is why he's the world number one player. They find solutions in the toughest of propositions.
Lot of commendable, lot of applause for Amir's backhand receive, the way he is converting, the way he's shortening the ball with absolutely not giving it much height. So much of precision in his wrist.
While this is a competitive game, you can just feel that Wang has got the slight edge actually. You know, he is a player of much greater caliber than Hodai. Hodai, of course, is about 224th in the world actually.
Again, a bit of a tough luck for Amir here, but what a deceptive service.
Yes, a deceptive service, of course.
Wang Chuqin leading by one game, 2 points up in this game. Wang Chuqin to serve. Oh, it's a beautifully played by Amir. He came back with such a heavy push down in the center of Amir. He converted that ball into a beautiful forehand. Wang had no reply to that power shot.
Oh yes,
That
sir.
score is 7-6. That lightning forehand, signature forehand, cross court by Wang Chuqin.
Wang moving on to 9-6. He just seems so calm, really, out there. You know, it's there's that calmness, and along with that calmness comes that bit of assurance as well. High toss once again, going to be a leg serve, and we will point it out again that already we've seen it earlier, where Naushad also has a similar style, and it looks like Hodai has also adopted a similar one.
Okay. What a defense to that power backhand that Wang Chuqin came back so heavily. My goodness, the way Iranians are not giving up at all. Bring it on, China. We are going to defend every possible stroke that you have.
Tried to flick it across, but then that's gone off target, and that gives Wang a game point. He will now likely go 2-1 up, and China haven't gone to 2-0 up, sorry, in this entire match. Wang may change that. He's got to wait to change that because he finds the net.
Wang not very happy. Now service. One back to Amir. Amir has managed to keep Wang so short. Quite a good wrist work there along with footwork. Wang Chuqin gave everything for that last point. Look at the way he was roaring.
And an identical scoreline in the second game as well, 11-8 once again. And he has gone 2-0 up and possibly putting China on the road to recovery and to victory. He still has got to win one more game and take this encounter against Hodai Al Amir. In fact, Amir Hossain Hodai, I beg your pardon. Would you like an update on what's happening in the other matches there, Sachin?
Yes, absolutely. We must tell the viewers because a lot of interesting matches are happening all around, specifically DPR Korea giving good amount of competition.
Yes, 100%. And DPR Korea against Chinese Taipei, it's 1-1 into the third match. They are now into the fifth game in the third match. So Chon Jong Bom, who we saw earlier on table number 1, the phenomenal youngster from DPRK, the 20-year-old, is taking on Lin Yen Chun. 11-4, 12-4, 12-14, 11-8, 4-11 and 10-7 over there. He's got, in fact, the match point. Chon Jong Bom, that is, on another table. Now coming back to table number 1, it's going to be Amir Hossain Hodai to serve.
Requesting Iranian to put down that white towel.
Yes, can be a little difficult to sight the ball in such circumstances. He's hit that out and Hodai is going to get the first point in this game. He's going to get the second point as well. Made him outstretch a little bit over there, Hodai. And Wang managed to get there but could not keep it onto the table.
Oh, it was a good try by Amir to convert missile of Wang Chuqin with that bazooka shot he has. Okay, bit of an impatience here by Wang Chuqin, missing out with the backpin. Normally, generally he doesn't do that, but in the pressure moment, anything can happen.
Well, on the other table there, Chong Jong Bom and Lin Yen Chun in the fifth game of that third match. It is now 10 apiece.
From there, some discussion is happening between Amir and the Empire of height of the ball, trajectory. Okay, some bit of anger here. Okay, it was a beautiful down the line. Speechless.
He may have been angry, but he's channelized that anger, I think, and directed it towards Wang Chuqin's corner, winning that point and taking a 2-point lead over here.
Very well said. Dominating backhand placement shots by Wang Chuqin.
Into that lead there, Wang. Sachin, you have one eye on the contest here, but I'm also looking at that match between Chinese Taipei and DPR Korea. It was 12 apiece there.
A timeout has been taken by Amir here. He wanted to slide that ball, but missed out that short reply. Certainly, he tried second time in the match.
Yes, definitely. And, at the moment, though, you would say that Wang Chuqin has got the advantage in this match. And what a hit, actually, on table number 2 by Chon Jong Bom. A booming forehand there. as it's all to play for. It's actually become now 13 all. It's 13 all, and both players not giving each other an inch on the other table. That is, on this table we are watching Iran versus China, but on the other, in the other quarterfinal, it's Chinese Taipei against DPR Korea. And it looks like DPR Korea have taken the lead there in that fifth game. Looks like it. Let's have a look. We will keep you updated on the events of that table as well. Meanwhile, Hodai to serve.
Okay, that was a class game by Wang Chu team here. Well defended by Amir. Came back with that heavy push.
And we had a very good look at it, courtesy our camera there on the corner, right behind the left-hander. So we could see the angles that he was creating from this side, and that really tells you how hard Wang was working for that one. This time again, a power booming forehand onto the body.
Yes, quite a surprise in the center. Amir wanted to go on to the forehand side. Wang Chuqin gave a surprise in the middle. Okay.
He
Be
missed
wary
that.
of the snake shot. Be wary of the snake shot that Wang Chuqin displayed there. Amir to serve. This looks like now Wang Chuqin has made it into a practice match now. That's how he practices with backhand, forehand, making it look so easy. And the pressure mounting onto Iranian Amir.
Yes.
Match points.
Yes, a 6 match point lead over there. And he has won it in straight games. 3-0. This time even more comprehensive at 11-4. So it was 11-8, 11-8, 11-4. The world number one showing us what he's made of as China take a 2-1 lead against Iran. But don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen, because this is going to continue with another match, and that is going to be between the senior man, Naushad Alamia. He will face the world number 2, Lin Shidong.
And Ling Chedon slowly coming onto the track after heavy duty practice. Completely pumped up, warm up. Look at the amount of stamina they carry. Look at, he has been practicing from last almost more than 40 minutes.
And also on the other table, I must tell you there, Sachin, that it's 16 all in that fifth game. Chinese Taipei versus DPR Korea. It's the third match there, 1 apiece. And in that third match, we have gone into the fifth game. It's now in fact 17-16 in favor of Chon Chong-bom of DPRK. And he has won it. It looks like he has won it. So DPR Korea have taken a 2-1 lead against Chinese Taipei, and yes, Lin has now moved 2 points ahead. And when you are moving 2 points ahead,
Get the point. Go for the top block. Beautiful. It was a really costly moment from Iranian. He was 9-6 up and missing onto that service. Costed him with that power serve. First point. Naushad.
yes, he starts off well there, Naushad. He's got that serve in right now.
Beautiful. Backhand by Naushad. Quite a cracker of a start here. Okay. Naushad sometimes makes things look so easy. He wanted to play that rock shot. Well defended.
Oh yes, very well defended. In fact, with the ball onto his body initially, it looked like he was a little bit surprised with that, but managed to control it well. Taken a 3-point lead now. Lin Shindong has got to find his rhythm really soon. Was broken early on with that great performance by Benjamin Farazi.
What a control by Naushad. When he jumps on after that power block, when he jumps onto the table, he was certainly a last rally. Stupa stats here, 15 shot rally.
Oh yes, and he was on the defensive throughout. But then in defense also, you've got to have that grit. You've got to have that strength, which is exactly what Alamia showed there, and ensure that the ball gets across to the other side. Give yourself a chance. Let yourself live another point.
Absolutely. Because that defense mechanism is also an offense mechanism. The way Naushad stand in the center of the table, controls every move. He wanted to go for the top block. For too far behind.
What a hit. Lin going for that down the line and just managing to get that point for himself. But to charge himself because coming off that defeat to Benjamin, got to lift himself up here. Got a good record, 100% record against Naushad.
Certainly. Look at this, how Naushad is pumping up. He's lost 3 points in a row. Such a high octane match. Naushad, I guess still he has not been able to come out of couple of points. Get the point. First game, that ball touched the net. Yes, for the first time. And today we were about to see Naushad's hand switch. The audience is a bit lucky here. Lin Shindong ball didn't land on the table, otherwise they could have seen. Lin Shindong doesn't stop his hand at all, no matter what happens. That's what China practices. Play your keystrokes no matter what. 7-all. You could see Naushad is going more for the backhand. What a beautiful service. That cut loose long. Cracker of a backhand. Standing ovation.
Yes, Lin has now moved 2 points ahead. And when you're moving 2 points ahead, you've got to capitalize on that. Although Naushad's going to serve, doesn't go for the high toss this time. Defensive on the backhand, but it's ultimately Lin who kept throwing the challenge towards Alamia, and that takes him towards a game point.
Will Naushad with that power backhand there. He waited that ball patiently and swept it onto the second line of the forehand there. Lot of hard work. It's Lin's serve. So obviously he has a little upper hand here.
Yes,
He will decide what is going to be his next move. And with that next move, He is definitely moving to a second game with that winning, first game winning here. Good start, good stage setup. Liang Jinken's victory was such a promising one. Definitely it saved China in being under pressure. It was obvious, defined, that Wang Chuqin is going to get his match, and he won it 3-0. On your screen, you are seeing that wonder kid who did the magic today, gave that strong start to Iran, Benjamin Farazi.
Well, an update for our viewers. The women's quarterfinal, the India match is going to be soon after this one, after this concludes. Slated for 6:30 p.m. IST, of course, but we are only 15 minutes away from that, so we may get a delay. But India are going to be facing Singapore.
Lynch Chidong has got hold of Iranian there on extreme forehand. He's pushing him there. Yes. Maybe Naushad may want to go for a timeout here. Long service. Let called by the umpire. It's 1-2. It's a spinny backhand there. Chidong missing onto that forehand. We could see Lin Chidong is placing lot more longer services for Naushad there. He knows that since he covered most of the part of the table with backhand, Chidong being confident on his backhand there, pushing Naushad more to the deep forehand, keeping the ball short and long, completely playing deceptive game. And with this second.
Just that body language in the way that he converted that point, you can see that he's on the prowl with that confidence coming back. In that first match, we didn't quite see that similar kind of energy, one would say. There were flashes of those, but right now, Lin Chidong making a better start, and just as I said it, he has now found the net. Sometimes the timing of all this really surprises me.
It's all about sometimes certain kind of game suits some kind of players. So
Yeah, we have moved to now 5-3. Alamia just taking the 2-point lead.
he is disturbing Naushad there, constantly pushing him. Let ball, okay. He threw the racket.
Well, he's got to stop arguing. At some stage, the umpire may just give him a card. It's not the first time that he's arguing in this match.
A bit of a twist here, and that's what he's slightly disturbed there.
Yes, and when you get into such discussions, that's what you risk. You break your own rhythm. Your focus is elsewhere. Look, now he let 2 points go. So it's also a battle of temperament. It's not just about putting that ball onto the other side or executing all your shots properly. But Naushad, as we know, is a senior man. just got to focus yet again. Defending well here. And that defense ultimately pays dividends for him as Lin Shindong finds the net. Naushad takes that slender lead yet again at 7-6.
Good comeback by Naushad after the 2 points down. He was emotionally down as well. And yes, it's very important to maintain the temperament. Cracker of a backhand, he was trying. You could see Naushad fighting back in the game.
Fighting back indeed, he is.
Second toss spin, Naushad gave it up. Shidong knows that. Naushad is not good with his forehand. He is probably one of the unique lefty who is not good with his forehand. That's the only stroke. He doesn't know otherwise. Look at this, how he's covering the entire ball with his backhand there.
He had taken the advantage at 8-6, but now it's 8-all. Lin Shidong managing to come back, and that's big hit was returned well. Continues, and ultimately Naushad wins this point only on the basis of his persistence.
Absolutely. Look at the crowd there. Look at the standing ovation by Iranians. They are fighting, they are challenging, they are defending against the dominating China.
In fact, I just saw him go towards the photographer there on the right corner.
Quite a chop block and good defense by Naushad. What a change in strategy, but Lin Shidong with his deadly backhand, not allowing Naushad to breathe in the rally. 9-all. Naushad's service. With that power down the line.
Yes, and it's going to be game point right now for Lin to go 2-0 up. Lin Shidong eyeing redemption after losing that first match.
He could go behind the table. He got it. Naushad absolutely not happy.
And he has won that second game. It's 2-0 up. 11-9. China leading 2-1. And now Lin Shidong is going to come back, and it's going to be an opportunity for him to close out this match in favor of his team. Well, Lin Shidong with an opportunity now to close this match out for his team. He has walked back to his mark, and he's going to face the service from Naushad.
Oh, beautiful game by Chinese kid here, Lin Shidong. They are fighting to maintain the title. Naushad not very happy. He wants to go for that kill somewhere down the line. He's unable to recover from a couple of mishaps that has happened in the match. Oh, right into the body. Timeout taken by Naushad from
it's-
Iran.
Yes, it's the right decision now, because this is the critical juncture. If you've got to really come back, it is now. which is why Naushad and the coach have decided to go for that timeout.
For all the viewers from India and Indian fans, I must say that after this explosive match between China and Iran, it's going to be India and Singapore is going to be facing each other in quarter final. In dignitaries, we could see Mrs. Vita Dani is already here, co-promoter Ultimate Table Tennis, along with A. Kanj from Ultimate Table Tennis, TDFI Secretary Mr. Kamlesh Mehta.
A good positive start here for Lin.
Super Analytics founder Deepak Malik. Such a strong rally of backhand in the forehand. Naushad managed to get those 2 points. Timeout worked for him. With that flying Superman backhand, Naushad covering up the lead with 3-all.
Yes, has a quick towel break and then moves back towards his mark.
Naushad has become extremely aggressive with his backhand. He knows that this is the only game he has. Otherwise, China is going to take away victory in this quarterfinal. Beautiful game by Lin Che-dong. Waited for that down the line backhand there. Perfectly finished it. Beautiful pickup. That spinny service by Lin Che-dong. And that's something one could see, that not every time you have to hit the backhand there. Wow! Every possible corner. Lin Che-dong in full flow, backhand to the forehand. Absolutely. Such a breathless rally of 18 count. Super stats on your screen.
Yes, and you can just sense that Lin may be closing this game now. He is, and closing this match in the process as well. The confidence, the momentum is all on the Chinese side. But you've got to give credit to the way the Iranians have turned up, particularly the wonder kid. But Lin Che-dong is going to take it forward yet again. And just looking at the Iranian bench, out of all of them, of course, they all look dejected already. But the 15-year-old is the most dejected. And now that is going to be match point. It's just taken the energy out of Iran. China overcome the Iranian test. It was one where they were asked numerous questions. The first match was won by the 15-year-old Iranian sensation. But thereafter, China did what they do best and bounced back to beat Iran 3-1. But this is a match that will be remembered for a performance by a 15-year-old. A 15-year-old who in the years to come would hopefully continue to dazzle the world of table tennis.
Yes, absolutely rightly said. I have no words for the way Iran defended. But in the end, I would want to close right now before we move on to the next lineup between India and Singapore women's quarterfinal. Thank you, Benjamin Farazi, for motivating the world with your talent, with your persistence.
That's beautifully, beautifully said. And doesn't matter what your age is, you can inspire anytime. And that is exactly what Benjamin Farazi has done today. And the way he played, he has really shown that he's got a bright future. So we will be back on table number one really, really soon, because the next match is going to feature the Indian women who will be taking on Singapore in the quarterfinals. So stay with us right here on table number one. Meanwhile, on table number two, the match between or the quarterfinal in the men's between DPR Korea and Chinese Taipei goes on. DPR Korea have taken a 2-1 lead, and currently Chinese Taipei seem to be on their way to equalize. So, that too has been a wonderful encounter. So stay tuned here right on the stream. We're going to be back in a few minutes whenever India and Singapore are ready to start that quarterfinal.
Comparing